guys, my name is Lydia and welcome back to my channel. After coming to Wales last weekend to do Pris's 24-hour PJ party, I really enjoyed the experience and I decided to come back. So my dad and his 6 siblings co-own a cottage in Wales and it is currently sort of under renovation. The main cottage has been demolished, but there's a garage with a bedroom and a bathroom. So I finished work at 6:30 today, on the road by 7, and it's nearly 11 and I've been here for like 20 minutes. So I'm here until Sunday night. It is Friday night now. So I'm going to do a 2-day reading vlog. I've brought all my Christmassy wintry books with me. I also need to film my December TBR because I've left that way too late. It's the 3rd of December already. Haven't actually finished the book yet. But this weekend I hope to read plenty of my wintry books. So we'll see how that goes. There will also be plenty of like beachy shots, headland shots. Yeah, I just want to enjoy nature, be alone for a bit. I've had quite a hectic week at work. So a bit of time to just recuperate, be alone and get some reading done. So this is where I'm staying and this is the main building that's been knocked down. This is the view. It's quite chilly, but look, it's the sea. It's Saturday morning, which means I have woken up in a very empty cottage with a whole weekend to myself. And I am doing some reading. I'm almost done with The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale by Ben Miller. This is a very short middle grade. I've got 100 pages left, but that'll take like 20 minutes, I think, because they're really short pages. Like there's not much font on each page. There's some drawings. It's a very easy read. So I wanted to finish this last night and I was just too tired. I'd done a full day at work, driven 3.5 hours, didn't get here till like nearly 11. And then I have already started The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm not sure if this is the one I'm going to pick up next. Not because I'm not enjoying it. I'm just feeling, I don't know what I'm feeling, which is not a good place to be when I have a weekend of reading. I think I will pick it up. I'd like to get it off my TBR. It's been on there quite a few months now. I keep putting it on, hoping I'll finish it, and I keep not reading it. But I'm going to finish. So far it's shaping up to be a 4-star. There's a lot that still could happen. Well, there's a lot that still will happen. There's still 200 pages left and we haven't really got into the sort of current storyline yet. There's been a lot of build-up and like narrative and just getting to know the characters. It's not what I was expecting, but I didn't really know what to expect, so plenty of snacks, plenty of books to last me the whole weekend. There is no kitchen here, but I have a kettle, I have some pot noodles, I have biscuits and coffees. I'm not doing what I did last weekend. I'm not going to try and stay up all night because I felt like death after that. But I am just going to enjoy the weekend and try and read as much as possible and go for some walks as well. There's a gorgeous headland just across the road, the Welsh Coastal Path. And if you walk up to the top, you can see 2 islands, one of which is where Bear Grylls lives. So that's pretty cool. He's often around here. I will also possibly walk down to the beach, or at least to the path along the top of the beach if the tide is up or it is disgustingly cold. It rained a lot last night and you can really hear it here. There isn't a tin roof, there used to be. But it felt like a tin roof. I have just filmed my December TBR where I talked about the 7 books that are winter or Christmas themed that I want to read. I have them all here. Ooh. So yeah, very much a theme this weekend. I want to read winter books. I do also have some middle grades that aren't wintry, so I might read those to try and boost my Goodreads goal. 17 books away, 28 days to go. Need to hop on it. It's 10:30 and I've just finished The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale by Ben Miller. I gave this 4 stars. Possibly 3.5 rounded up, I'm not sure yet. But this was a really solid middle grade. It's more on the younger side, but it was very inventive and imaginative about the fairy tales. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was very quick. So now I'm going to move on to The Bear and the Nightingale. I might go outside and have a look at the weather as well. I'm off on an adventure. I am going to go all the way over here to this little point on the end of the coast, because that's where you get a really cool sunset. Head back to the car now because I want to make it to St Mary's Head before the sun goes down. Yeah, sunset's pretty close now. I think it's like an hour away, and St Mary's Head is like half an hour drive from here. So I'm off on another adventure. I really need a wee, but if I try and do a nature wee here, it is going everywhere. So I'm going to have to hold on like an hour until I move again. If I don't pull off to the side before then. I don't know if you can see this, but there are sheep on the side of the mountain. I can barely stand up at the moment, and they're just chilling on the side of the mountain. I haven't finished reading The Bear and the Nightingale yet because I decided to go on my little trip. And then I was watching an episode of Selling Sunset while I had some fish and chips, and then I watched Rose TBRPG, and I've just settled down in bed to get some reading done, and I sat on my glasses, and now I can't decide what to do. I kind of want to go to Asda to get some Gorilla Glue because that has fixed them before. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but this thing is full of Gorilla Glue because I've broke them that many times. But I've just had a shower and I've just got in my pyjamas. Do I just go to Asda in my pyjamas? Or do I try... I think this is going to drive me mad. Ugh. I'm going to have to go to Asda. Okay, my glasses are fixed. I've been to Asda. I got some Loctite glue, which worked fine. Not as well as Gorilla Glue, but they are on my face. I was thinking if this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to glue this bit to my nose so they don't fall off. I have also finished a book. I just finished The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This has taken me a really long time to read. It's only 312 pages, but it's really dense. And there's a lot of information on each page. It's very heavy writing, and I gave it 3 out of 5. Maybe even 2.5. I thought it was going to be a 4-star, and at the start it was. And then I just didn't enjoy it. I kept taking breaks. It took me forever to get through it. I think I've been reading it for like a week. And even today, even when I had 50 pages left, I didn't want to pick it up. And when I had 10 pages left, I kept putting it down to watch YouTube instead. So Definitely not for me. But I'm torn because I do have the other 2 books in the trilogy because I got them when everyone was raving about them and when they were quite hard to get. So I think I probably will try the sequel at some point. I don't know. I'm torn. It's so pretty. Like, this is such a gorgeous cover. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favourites. And the atmosphere was great. I thought the book was really atmospheric. The characters were alright. There were quite a lot of characters, and sometimes it got a bit confusing, especially because they all have like 8 nicknames and they're all like variations of their name. So sometimes it's not that clear, and I did find my mind wandering a lot when I was reading this. It was very hard to stay focused on the story. It just didn't grab me. It's 9:42 on Saturday. I've been here for 22 hours and all I've accomplished is finishing 100 pages of a middle grade and 200 pages of a disappointing fantasy. So, got a lot more reading to do to make the most of my time away. I don't want to have an early night. It's only 9:45. I can stay up a bit later. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start Frostheart. I think I'll enjoy this. I tend to be more generous with my middle grade ratings anyway because I know I'm not the target audience. Like, I'm not going to begrudge a middle grade for being like too simple because I know it's written for like 9-year-olds. So hopefully I'll enjoy this. I've seen really good ratings of it from my friends. So yeah, I imagine this will be at least a 4-star probably. It's hard for me to rate a middle grade 5 stars when I've read some incredible 5-star middle grades. So unless it's going to match up to Nevermore, it's never going to quite be a 5-star. But we'll see. It could surprise me. I mean, I did also go out today, so I've accomplished other things. I went to the beach and I went to see the sunset at St Mary's Head, which I'm sure I'll have put these clips in already of nearly getting blown over the side. It was ridiculously windy. I don't know if you'll be able to hear any of the talking in those clips I took. Probably not. Time to move on. Time to read something else. I quite like how wavy my hair has gone. It's literally just air dried, and yes, it's a mess, but it's kind of wavy. This is one of my favourite places to walk in Wales. It's the coastal path pretty close to Abersoch, and it's very secluded. There aren't that many people up here. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else here. And there's this bench just looking over the ocean. You can see Mount Garn over there, and then the 2 islands in the sea. I'm not sure what it's called. And the other one with the lighthouse on it, if you can see, is that's where Bear Grylls lives. It's very peaceful up here. I used to come here when I was younger, when we were on holiday, and I would like bring a little tent and I'd just come out here and read. And I've brought my Kindle with me, so I think I will do some reading up here on the headland. Frostheart, which I gave 4.5 out of 5. Really enjoyed this. This is a great, very wintry middle grade, very adventurous, very easy to read, and it's full of fantastic art by the author. I really enjoyed this one. I flew through it, and I've ordered the next one on Amazon, and it's going to come by the time I get home tonight. There's a lot of art throughout the book, and sometimes it's a double page spread, so you get a whole bunch of art, and it really helps you envisage the story a lot better as well. You know what the characters look like, you know what the boat looks like, you just get a much better feel for the story. So that is one item ticked off my Sunday bucket list. The next item is to read the Christmas... I can't remember the title, hold on. The Winter Cottage by Rachel Lucas. I saw her tweeting about it, and it's a self-published ebook and physical copy actually. I've downloaded the ebook, it's only 290 pages. So I walked up to the headland and read the first 10%, but then got absolutely frozen. So now I'm back, hopefully gonna finish it off now. I just finished The Winter Cottage by Rachel Lucas, which ended up being a 3-star for me. It's supposed to be a winter romance, but there was actually very little winter content. It's set in the Highlands in Scotland, dilapidated castle and a cottage, but yeah, very little winter. And also the romance just kind of felt quite flat to me. The main guy and girl had known each other for like 18 years and just recently got reacquainted after 18 years. And it was just very there wasn't very much showing that they're actually in love. They're just kind of pining after each other with very little build-up. So I found that quite disappointing. It was quite a quick read. It was just less than 300 pages. So now I'm going to get on with the last bullet point on my Sunday to-do list, which is to start the Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell, who also wrote The Winter Garden, which is an adult wintry fantasy. This is a middle grade wintry fantasy. I've heard a lot of great things about this one, and yeah, I mean, this cover is very wintry, so it's the perfect one to read on an absolutely freezing Sunday afternoon. Last night I drove back from Wales and I listened to It Won't Be Christmas Without You by Beth Recalls on audio, which it's only like 4.5 hours normal speed, so obviously at double speed it's very quick. I gave it 3 out of 5. It's about two sisters, Cara and Eloise, and it's from both of their perspectives, but they were interchangeable. I couldn't tell half the time which was which, and I just really hated Cara. She was such a workaholic that she didn't want to see her sister on Christmas Day because she wanted to work instead, and we were supposed to feel sorry for her. Also, the audio narrator had a serious problem with the sticky sound of her saliva, so that took me out of the story a bit as well. I did eventually manage to stop hearing it after I messed with the sound settings in my car, but that ruined the experience too. There are so many incredible audio narrators. Why give work to someone who cannot control their saliva? I'm also up to page 223 of the Polar Bear I can never say this one right first time. The Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell. Really enjoying this one so far. Very fast-paced, quite similar to Frostheart, which I loved. So yeah, all in all, it was a very successful reading weekend. I think I read like 5 books, yeah-ish, something like that. So we are getting closer to that goal of 365. We're up to 353 now. Soon to be 354 because I'm about to finish this one. So yeah, definitely going to hit my goal for this year and have a much lower goal next year because I need to take the pressure off reading. I am like reading books for the sake of it and reading books I'm not enjoying. So time to take my foot off the pedal in 2022 and, you know, maybe read 100. It is Monday morning now, which means my reading weekend is over. So it's time to wrap up this little weekend vlog. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and if you have any winter or Christmas book recommendations, please drop them in the comments below because that's all I want to read this month. Winter, Christmas and middle grade, really, to be honest. Let me know if you've got any recommendations, and I'll see you in the next one.